Now I've got three more. I've got this one, Wu-Tang Forever. Really into the Wu-Tang Clan, you know. That was a soundtrack to my teenage years. I can remember once being on this school trip and buying their third album, the W. You know, it's generally regarded as being one of their worst albums, but it's not. It's the one after Iron Flag, which is a load of shit. But this one is on clear vinyl. This one's a music on vinyl reissue. Really good sounding album. Really sort of bassy. You know, I love cranking up the bass on one of the tracks on there. As high as Wu-Tang get. You know, really heavy bass on there, and this is just amazing sounding. You know, it's a flawed album. I mean, nothing could really touch their debut album. It's something that cannot be replicated. But yeah, still a great thing to own, and about half of the album is absolute genius, you know. Especially on Reunited with the violin. What are these tracks? Yeah, Triumph. This one's sort of limited to about 2,500. I paid enough bloody money for it. I paid about £40. It's probably the most I've actually paid for one album. It's a bit mental, but I think I was having a bit of 25 minutes because normally I would like balk at paying that amount. These outer sleeves that you get with music on vinyl reissues can be a bit of a pain in the ass to put them back. Occasionally they sort of stick it on one of the flaps, and sometimes you get it stuck to the record, the outer sleeve. Crazy. So yeah, I've got two more records. Los Campesinos. You know, I bought this one after. You know, I'm not a big fan of them, but I like this album. It's on pink vinyl. The thing is, Gareth, the lead singer, and his sister Kim, I think her name is, they're actually from the same hometown as me. In fact, Gareth was known to cut the grass at this church just down the road from me. I've never met the guy. I've interviewed him once. In fact, he supports one of the local football teams. You know, this non-league side. And yeah, it's sort of fascinated in that. Like I told him, my granddad played for the club he supports. You know, it's that local. Yeah. So yeah, Seleucus Left Foot. Big Boy from Outcast. This album's on white vinyl. I bought this album because it was cheap. Actually, I like Outcast, but it's not something I always listen to. I mean, I have fond memories of listening to Stankonia, and one of the records I actually forgot to pick up. Yeah, I just Stankonia. This was the soundtrack to my drunken teenage years. Used to get stupidly drunk and sing Miss Jackson in the nightclubs. And it was one of those records that I can remember sort of hearing it just before that song hit big. And it's something that it's one of those moments where you're rooting for this song to go up the charts. I mean, these days people don't particularly, I don't know, people very seldom pay attention to what's happening in the charts. or it's something I've very rarely come across. I've very rarely sort of found myself getting overexcited about a record hitting high in the charts. But that one, you know, I really hoped it would get the number one, but I only got to number two. Yeah, I have a soft spot for that record. Now, I'm going to talk a bit about a couple of records that aren't coloured, but they're etched. Or they're free-sided records. First off, Jehovah Kill. Yeah, I'm a big Julian Cope fan, although I don't have enough records of his, you know. This one is over 3 sides, you know, and the 4th side. I don't know if I can get this on the camera. Oh yeah, it's coming up okay. That's an etched side. Yeah. It's a good record, not as good as the previous album, Peggy Suicide, which is probably my... I think he's the kind of bloke that I probably wouldn't want to meet. I think he's so far out there that it's just... I mean, I've read some of the stuff he put up on his website, where there's one article he put up there where he defends the Bader Meinhof. You know, his politics is bonkers. You know. I think he's a bit of an acid casualty. That's one reason not to do hallucinogens. You know. In fact, you know, I've encountered a lot of people who tell me that. You know. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't introduce this sooner. These New Puritans, Field of Reeds. Sort of one of the best albums from last year. Very much like Talk. In fact, I'd probably Rob on the VC. I probably bored him to death, telling him he should listen to this album. Seeing he's probably one of the biggest Talk fans. This is very much along the lines of Talk. But maybe Talk with a bit more of a classical influence. I mean, I did actually interview the group via email, and they're a very difficult band to get into, but very interesting, you know. And this record is split into 3. In fact, this one plays havoc in my bloody linear tracking player. It just refuses to play a whole side all the way through, which is bizarre. But yeah, this is one. On the 4th side, you get you see that sort of band members are etched on there. Focus on their playing up. But yeah, recommend it. I mean, if Rob's watching, he really should listen to it. And that's about all I've got. I'll do another video. I'll probably do another one showing off my Dinosaur Jr. collection or my massive Frank Zappa collection. Or maybe just chatting about a few records which I think are underrated. Currently, I'm not spending money on vinyl because I've just pre-ordered the Captain Beefheart box set, which is going to cost an arm and a leg. But okay, yeah, that's about it. I hope to see you again. I'll probably do a video within the next few days. Maybe think of how I'm going to theme the damn thing. Okay, bye.